Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Cindy. And I think we all remember Cindy from last month. I did 2 videos for her on the narcissist stalks you and calls you crazy, and be careful not to see the narcissist everywhere. Here's her story. Hello, Ollie. Thank you again for doing the other 2 videos. Your kind and gentle guidance and the response from supportive users helped me immensely. You truly deserve special recognition. In the first hour of therapy, my doctor of psychology with years of training and experience came to the same conclusions you did in less than 20 minutes. Kudos to you, Ollie. I just made another donation and would like your opinion on 2 issues. 1, ex-daughter's latest activities, and 2, stalkers. 1, ex-daughter's latest activities. I've been no contact with Tansy for over 2 years now. After leaving ex-husband 1.5 years ago, I mailed her my new address, but not my telephone number, so she couldn't rage at me. She then got my new number from an uncle who knew why I didn't want her to have it, and started terrorizing me. All of hers and backstabbing uncle's numbers are blocked since then. To leave the possibility of contacting me by email was a stupid thing to do. All she did was further gaslight and abuse me. After the videos you did for me, I also blocked her email. Not being able to contact me anymore, she tried to extract information about me from several people whom she has absolutely nothing to do with and didn't give her any information about me. But if they should have had any doubt, these people now know firsthand how schizophrenic and vicious she is and warn other people. Thus, the word of who Tansy D really is makes its rounds. Not comprehending that all of her vicious activities boomerang right back to herself, and after her failed attempts to get information about me, she increased her hateful stalking activities on YouTube and seems to concoct other ways to get to me. Late afternoon a few days ago, I received a call from a pizza delivery service asking if I had ordered anything, which I declined. I immediately thereafter called again. They called again, same question. If I had ordered anything, I declined again. The caller then grumbled, "But you gave us your number to verify your order." I replied that I certainly did not give him my number. He must have transposed some digits. I asked him to check the delivery address and gave him my address. Then he insisted when I placed my order, I gave him address XYZ, which I told him is Tansy's address, not mine, and ended the call. My questions: since they had the correct delivery address, hers, and it couldn't have been a prank, she obviously wanted the pizza. Then why did she give them my phone number? There have been instances where she actually confused herself with me, i.e. claimed I said something actually she had said, or insisted something had happened to her that actually happened to me. But if she had confused herself with me, she wouldn't have given her own address. The only thing I can think of is another trick to force me to deal with her indirectly, since she no longer can terrorize me directly. It is likely that incidents like this will increase and get worse. Yeah, she's basically just messing with you. She's messing with you, or what I would want to know is, was the thing even paid for? Was she looking for you to pay with some kind of credit card over the phone? I'm asking because I'm contemplating getting a restraining order, and any violation against it, whether on YouTube or per pizza service, will be one step towards jail. She's practically begging for it. She's basically telling you you can't erase me. That's what she's telling you. No matter what, she does these crazy things and then says, "Oh, I just gave the wrong phone number," and then to make you look crazy again. This is how stalker behavior this is what stalkers do. They do stuff that doesn't make a lot of sense to anybody but them. And then if you were to call her on it, she would say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I just gave him the wrong phone number." Why would I do that? Because it doesn't even make sense to anyone other than you, because she's trying to drive you nuts. 2, stalking with role reversal, victim blaming, insults, and slander. I've been visiting your channel for over 2 years now and noticed long before my letter that more and more characters appear who seem to want to do nothing but create havoc. Heated debates are okay as long as they stay civilized and respectful. Everyone has a right to their opinion, but violence of any sort has no place where people need to feel safe to share the most intimate details of their lives. The disturber's voice of all kinds of accusations. But when asked how they can mean something or when questioning their intentions, they don't answer, but continue their charade in the comments section of the next video. Thus, they have no intentions of actually partaking in the discussion. They only want to spew their hatred and supply. For example, Anne Charlie, after I questioned her in the comment section of the videos you did for me, she never answered but continued her mission in the comment section to, the narcissist will make you a patsy in their crime. And I guess this is a quote, Anne Charlie, wow, you're still here. But then being a narc who's trying to pretend you're the victim, of course you are. Cool your boots, the devil can quote the scriptures, but he always overplays his hand. You can fool some of the people some of the time, but not all of the people all the time. You're clocked and we're watching you. My thoughts. One day prior in another channel to a Christian subject, I wrote the exact words Anne Charlie used. You can fool some of the people some of the time, but not all of the people all the time. But Anne Charlie was not part of that discussion. Coincidence? And you're clocked is a mortal threat. Why would disappear from your channel but literally dead? Then in the same comment section in another post, Anne Charlie continues in the same fact-twisting, gaslighting, accusatory demeanor of her commenting my video and again acts as a spokesman. Anne Charlie, this isn't about me. My thoughts, then why is she so engaged and enraged? Anne Charlie, if you are the good mother you portray, why are you so concerned about how her behavior impacts you? You should be devastated at the thought of your daughter being a narc and desperate to help her, not stressing out over how this impacts you. You can't help a narc. You can't help a narc. You are clearly the narc in this saga. I feel sorry for your daughter, but glad too that she has the quiet dignity not to respond to your evil attempt to demonize her. So well done to her for being no contact and tough doo-doo misery for whacking a pile of cash at Ollie to little avail. My thoughts, what kind of person suggests that a person with heart failure should show another person to abuse, rage, kill her? And how does Anne Charlie know whether Tansy responded to my video? Is she living with Tansy 24/7 to know her activities, or does she personally know all users who attacked me? And the pile of cash seems to be an issue. Here's what I'm thinking, Cindy. Okay? Look, this is one commenter in the comments thread on an internet that's accessible to everyone in the world with an internet connection. Okay? Not everyone's going to see it your way, and not everyone's going to believe you, and some people are triggered. Listen, I get people attacking me too because something I say triggers them, and when that's part of, listen, dealing with the haters is part of narcissistic recovery. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. And Charlie, I also note you are so desperate for further validation from Ollie. On a more recent comment, you claim your psychotherapist has validated what you told Ollie. So whoopee, Ollie, you aren't you clever? Cause the narc and her important person says so. LOL. My thought, Anne Charlie is grossly misstating the facts here. I didn't ask for validation, but validated you, Ollie. So the whoopee, Ollie, aren't you clever, isn't an insult towards you, Ollie. Anne Charlie, Ollie has no time for psychotherapists and even less time for manipulative narcs like you. However, what he does have common with therapists is when a nightmare like you comes along flashing the cash, it's all good, LOL. My thoughts, when you did When when did you, Ollie, make Ann Charlie your spokesperson? She seems to think she's in charge of my life and now also yours. I wonder when she lives her own life. Again, she's concerned with flashing the cash, as are a lot of people on my channel. Listen, I mean, that sounds like something my own parents would say, my own abusers would say. Look, this is why I don't get that involved in the comment section. You can't take to heart what every commenter says to you. You can't. Okay? And I told you this, I think, in the last video, Cindy. People came to me about your first video because they were seeing red flags. So, which I explained in the second video, and I said it then, and I'll say it now. I don't think you're a narc. I don't think you're trying to get over on me. I don't think you're trying to manipulate me. I think you're so abused that, again, you see this again. You still see this abuse everywhere, even though this woman's in your face, and they obviously are. Okay, but just, I mean, don't think that somebody coming to validate me or like I see it what it is. I see what's going on here. But I'm not going to jump in and throw this one off the channel or throw that one off the channel. Because again, you know, it's, unless somebody is attacking me for being like the only comments I delete off my channel are usually from my attackers, which is only to annoy them. You know, because I always read out what's said and usually make a video about it, not to hide it. Just because it takes them so long to type it out, and you know, it takes so long for them to type it out, and just I know the annoyance bothers them of watching his shit just go bloop when nobody's seeing it. I know it bothers them, but that's me. It's my channel. That's how I choose to run it. And I didn't think you were trying, it was an insult towards me anyway. So, like, nobody's my spokesperson. I mean, I know people speak up for me, but again, don't worry about it. Don't worry about what if somebody disagrees with you, it's not the end of the world. It's not. It's a big internet. And Charlie, what you fail to realize, and what anyone with any real knowledge of psychotherapy knows very, very well, is that no counselor is worth their salt would ever confirm or deny anything a patient was telling them. My thoughts, and Charlie obviously has no clue what she's talking about and intentionally twists the truth. By inserting confirm or in otherwise correct sentence, no counselor would ever deny anything a patient was telling them. Exactly. I mean, whenever somebody comes to you with the grand statement of everybody thinks this or no one thinks that, you know, and it's something negative towards you, you could just throw that right into the waistband. She wants to make it seem as if my counselor couldn't have said what he did, which is not only presumptuous and slander, but a deliberately fabricated lie. Whom is she trying to whitewash? Herself? The truth is, a counselor didn't believe his patient, and how is he going to arrive at his conclusions to help the patient? And a big part of the psychotherapy happens to be validating what the patient conveys, confirming what's troubling to the patient, letting him know that he's understood. How else is he supposed to open up so he can be helped? Only abusers deny other people's reality. It's absolutely true. And Charlie doesn't have to like the conclusions of my psychotherapist arrives at about Tansy. I'm not seeing him to please Aunt Charlie, and though Aunt Charlie seems to think I have a say in my life is none of her business. If she invests as much time in her own life as she invests in other people's lives, she wouldn't have the obvious money problems. Only people who have none are constantly occupied with money. After the above comments, the stalking continued. Listen to the narc playing the empath. How's your daughter, Cindy? Be careful, anyone. Venomous snakes hide in the most innocent places. Breakthrough moment. Sandy D, it was funny you said handy. Are you German? Sind sei Deutsch? Auf Deutsch sag mein. Handy. Für Cellphone lustig. Ist ein bisschen vom Thema ab. This is all in German, by the way. Ja, ja, Frau. Alles ist gut nicht. Watch out, everyone. Narc alert. Watch the vids this narc bitch had Ollie make on the 18th and 22nd, December 17. How's your daughter, Sandy? I didn't see any of this. If I were new to your channel, could be appalled by this kind of violent behavior and would never submit my story. I certainly wouldn't want to pay for an otherwise great service and be abused afterwards. Saying something and putting them in their place is feeding them, but ignoring and not clearly rebuking them seems to send a message that they're allowed to go on and get worse. So what to do? Ollie, thank you in advance for your time and expertise. I greatly respect your opinion. Sincerely, Sandy. Well, Sandy. Again, I'm going to stick to my guns about not getting overly upset over this stuff because it's one commenter. But again, I mean, I understand where your hypersensitivity comes from your past. But you know, I didn't see I saw some of the Ann Charlie stuff, some of the stuff you said. You know, had popped up, but it didn't cross the line. I didn't see the German stuff. I didn't see the narc alert stuff, you know, because that I probably would have pulled down. So I would suggest if you see something, flagging it, because if you do flag it, it will end up in the spam folder for me to review. And then I can go and approve it or remove it if it's too far. Look, as far as Ann Charlie goes, I don't know the person. I don't think I've worked with them unless they're using an alias. I don't. They're obviously fixated on the money part of it, as a lot of people are. Okay, but that's not why you come to me. You're not coming to me, okay, to prove to random people on the internet, okay, that you're not a narcissist and Tansy is doing what she's doing. You're coming to me for your own answers, for your own support. It doesn't matter. This is a person you don't even know. This is a random person on the internet. Okay? If you can't get it in check on her, you're never going to get it in check on on Tansy, because Tansy will continue to be able to torment you. You have to be able to walk away from the narcissistic torment. Okay? Tansy likes to torment you. You're susceptible to torment and you feed into it. You have to stop feeding into the narcissist torment. You have to, because that's what all this does. By breaking down every one of her statements and then copy pasting and putting, don't you think you're kind of giving her the supply you want? Nothing drives them crazier than ignoring them. Nothing drives them more insane. And the more they come at you, the more you know it's bothering them. That's why I laugh. That's why I laugh when I get the dislikes. I laugh when he's stupid enough to make the comments. It's funny. And at the end of the day, it helps me. You have to learn to walk away from the torment. You have to learn not to jump at the torment, to respond to the torment. That's what they want. You keep making the same mistake here, Sandy. You have to learn to ignore it. You have to. Otherwise, this is going to continue with your daughter and everyone else who sees you as an easy mark. So, I hope that helps. Thank you so much for another contribution and story, Sandy. I appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and expanding, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from you guys. Without all you, this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been the Narcissistic Resistance.